Hello, everybody. Let's kick off this talk about from sales to project margin in real time, how to easily manage our mixed sales. I would like to start with quick facts. If you have any question, we will discuss about them just at the end. Do you know that 36% of business leaders don't know what percentage of their revenue is made up of non-production costs? It's huge. Do you know also that 75% of project managers believe that in a real-time tracking of cost and margin would improve overall performance. So these figures highlight one key point. The willingness is there, and the tools are there also. So what remains is just to connect both. And with Odoo, it's now possible to track the real time, the time spent, and the cost incurred, and both planned and actual billings. Okay, so what are we going to see today? I've already started with a small introduction. Then I will explain to you the context. With that, we will do a small concrete case, and of course, at the end, we will have the conclusion and the Q&A session, so make sure to stay until the end. So the question is, why should you track a project profitability? And to answer to that, we will put ourselves in the shoes of a company specialized in installing electric charging station smart drive. So our workflow is really simple. You have 3 steps. So the first step, concretely, after selling our service, we purchase the necessary equipment, including, of course, the charging station. After that, the technician will visit the customer to carry out the installation, and of course, the technician will also log time directly in Odoo. So, in our context, the first step and each project will begin directly by a commercial phase. So you have to sell the service. In Odoo, it's through a quotation or a sale order, which often represents with a fixed price or also by timesheet if you want also. Okay. In some contexts, you can also add a milestone. So the milestone is really useful because with milestone, you can, for example, track the project's progress. You can also know if the objectives are met or not, and you can also track the invoicing. So I will create one order directly in Odoo. So this is the home page. You can go directly in sales, of course, and now you can create one quotation. Quotation here. I will select one customer. So for example, I will select, I don't know, you see. I can select this one, for example. And often you can also select one quotation template because you know that your service is every time the same, so you can directly put your quotation template. So Smart Drive Home. Okay, so now you can see directly you have the 4 items. So the installation service at home. This one will directly create a project in Odoo with the task. You can also track the time with the installation time tracking, and you have also the goods. So you have the charging station, the EV charging station. Okay. In our case, for our company, you have to imagine 2 steps. So the first step will be the preparation phase. So, for example, schedule the appointment, final technical check, or also the equipment. And the other phase will be the installation. So imagine the second milestone, like installing the charging station, explaining the usage to the clients directly. Okay. Thanks to the integrated dashboard, the company will be able to track also the revenue evolution. You can also anticipate the upcoming payments and cross-check them with cost to project directly the profitability of each project. So let's go back in my quotation. Now I will confirm this one. So Elie Lambert confirm this one. Perfect. As you can see directly in my quotation, you have directly smart buttons in the sale order. So you have the task and the project. You have the 2 milestones. I can click on it, milestone. So in installation phase and preparation phase also. you have the purchase also, because we have to purchase something before to deliver it. In Odoo, in the same time, something was done directly in project application. If I click on it, and I just have to see Elie Lambert, this one, okay. This one is my project directly in my project application. And if I open it now, directly in the reporting, the dashboard, ta-dam, is my dashboard. For the moment, you don't have anything. You just have the profitability, so you have the accepted revenue, but you don't have any cost for the moment. Okay, so you have the dashboard now. And through the dashboard, we can, for example, see directly the sale order. If I click on it, for example, you can also see the timesheet for the moment, and you can also see the purchase order. These purchases are managed directly in Odoo through vendor orders. Okay, vendor orders. So once received, the items are directly recorded in stock, allowing the company to track their availability in the precise allocation to each project. So for the vendor orders, you can centralize. Odoo will allow you to centralize all the supplier management. You can track order status if you want, also in real time, and you can automate to control the budget actually, and you can also have some financial KPIs directly in the dashboard that I showed you just now. So I go back in my quotation, in my dashboard. This dashboard, imagine that now in the field, the technician carry out the planned intervention and record their time directly in Odoo using the timesheet. So you can go directly in timesheet, and I can add one. Okay, I can select my employee. So for example, it will be Julien Martin. It will be, for example, yes, preparation. Everything good. Okay, but I took more than 1 hour, for example, 3 hours. Okay, this is the description. So Julien will just put 3 hours spent directly in the timesheet. And you can see now in the dashboard, you will have one difference, because now with the timesheet, Odoo directly compute the cost about the timesheet, about the time that Julien works directly in my project. This timesheet is directly computed with the hourly cost of my technician. So, test time, so the times that my employee will work directly in my project. Test time are added directly to other expenses in the dashboard, so enabling the real-time profitability measurement. But also, Odoo will also provide other key indicators, such as, for example, the billing rate to ensure all hours are correctly used, the average hourly cost per project, useful for detecting deviation, like this, for example, and the variance between the forecast and actual, just to adjust the resources if necessary. So now I can go back to a slide. As I said, the timesheet, the key indicators. For the profitability, you can directly in Odoo easily control each stage before moving forward. I will show it. You can also align all operation progress with invoicing, and you can, of course, protect margin with accurate tracking. So I will do it now in Odoo. As I said in the beginning of my presentation, I can purchase directly some furniture. So now I can see that we have one purchase order. I can confirm it. So you can see now the dashboard, and if I confirm this purchase order, you can see that now in the dashboard you will have a new line, the purchase order, and now you can see that we stay in positive, but we invoiced this amount. Okay. we have also two milestones. If I go back to my sale order, imagine that now the first milestone is done. So I can directly tell to Odoo for the installation phase, okay, this one is reached. So it's 50%. So you can see that now in my invoice. If I want to create my invoice, it will be 50% of this amount. So if I click now in create invoice, the first step, create draft, you can see the amount is directly 50%. It will be 50% of your service, not the good that you will sell, but just your service. So you can see now the 1,000 euro, okay, and you can confirm it. If I go back to my dashboard now, you can see now we are positive. Oof. Now, if you, for example, if you want to add some purchase order directly, because I don't know, maybe you have to buy some cables or panels, for example, from EV provider, just here. I can add some products. So I have cable and I have also panels like this. Okay, I will up 10 like this and this one 5, for example. Okay, it's good. I confirm my order and you can see now, yeah, isn't really good for the profitability. So you can say in real time directly in Odoo, in your dashboard, you will follow the evolution of the revenue of the cost and you can say directly, okay, no, I don't want to add order, purchase order because we are not profitable for the moment. But if you go further in your process and the preparation phase is done, you can directly also put it in the dashboard and you can create the second. You can create the second. Just one second. You can create the second invoice like this. Now it's done. Create draft, and now you can see the same price. I can confirm it. And now it's only the installation service because we already invoiced the EV charging station. And you can see now in the dashboard, we are in positive. So with Odoo, each project, as you can see, each project is tracked end to end. So from sales to execution, including the purchase control, logged hours, and milestone payments. All this data is consolidated into a clear and readable financial dashboard. And you can, every time when you want, compare the initial budget, actual cost, and invoiced revenue. So finally, I can say that like this. I can say that Odoo goes beyond only operational tracking. It's become a true strategic lever to improve profitability, secure cash flow, and make informed decisions at every stage of the project. That's all for the presentation. Thank you. So if you want, you can scan directly the QR code if you have some questions directly for the pad.
Okay. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you for the presentation. It was really clear. They still had a few questions.
Okay, let's go for the questions.
The first one is it possible to add some reports during the project?
Yes, directly in the dashboard. Normally, I don't think that I have enough information now, but normally directly in the dashboard, you can select the burden chart, and you have directly all the reports that you can also add some filters if you want. I think that if I remove this one, maybe, or like, yeah, it's directly in this with the task, like this. Okay. I don't have enough measure, but you can show what you want directly in the dashboard.
Amazing. Thank you. Is it possible to add some milestones during the project?
Yes, it's possible. You can see that you can edit the milestone. So in our project, we already invoiced the whole sale order, but you can directly edit the milestone if you want, and you can, for example, add a new one. And after that, with the new one, you will create a new invoice, for example, directly here. And you can, of course, play with all the quantity and the percentage.
Super clear. Thank you. Is it possible to see some statistics about the projects?
is a little bit the same. No, is the same. I think with the bird burned on chart. Yes, like this is the statistic. Normally, you have a lot of statistic, but now in this project we don't have a lot of information. Yes, as I said directly. And for the reports, you can also add some reports directly here. Sorry. So, for example, if you want to say to your colleague now for the monthly review, I will just put like this monthly review. Okay, how this project is going? Very well, but we added some purchase, some equipment, and we spent a lot of time. 60% in progress. And directly, you will have all the monthly review in the dashboard. So you can follow with the dates directly what is the evolution of your project.
All clear. I think it answers perfectly the question. Last one. I saw you create the sales order, and then the project is automatically created in Odoo. Is it Odoo standard feature, or I need to take some automation rule by myself, studio? How is it?
No, you don't need Studio directly. I can show you in the sale order. You can directly, with the installation service at home, you can directly select the service, and you just have to tell to Odoo to create an order. So when you create an order, you can create a project, and you can also create one project template. So it's fully standard.
Thank you. That was the last question.
Thank you to everyone. Have a nice lunch.